and I'm back with another video, guys. And today we're going to be talking about Arrow Season 5. So in this video, guys, I'm going to be talking about the most recently revealed Sizzle trailer for the remainder of the season. So guys, if you guys don't want to be spoiled with anything Arrow related or anything really CW related, leave now, because this is going to be heavy spoilers. Talking about, we're going to see clips from the finale and the episodes leading up to that. So if you guys don't want to be spoiled and you don't really like knowing any of the information, yeah, don't watch this. So my most recent Arrow videos, I've talked about the return of characters like Black Siren, Talia al Ghul, Deathstroke, and I have yet to release the video talking about a return of another character, which I'll talk about later in this video. And yeah, so that's another Arrow video I still have to upload. It will probably be up before this, to be honest. So that character is Captain Boomerang. I'm not sure if he's in this trailer because I haven't really seen it. I've seen it a couple times. But yeah, so I'm going to just go through it, break down scene by scene. So this isn't really a trailer breakdown. Usually, you guys, when you see me with these headphones, you think, yeah, he's going to be trailer breaking down something, trailer reaction, going to be reacting something, which I'm really am and I'm not. So basically, guys, I'm going to break it down scene for scene, talking about everything Arrow Season 5 Sizzle trailer related. So yeah, guys, let's just jump right into it. I'm super excited to talk about this, and yeah. Here, let me just change this. Don't you hate it when you have to go on your quality and just erase it, because it's always low? Alright, let's just make this HD quality. So the trailer starts off, I don't think I really need to talk about it that much, but here, I'm going to pause it so it's not going to constantly running. I have to reset it. So we start off with a couple of scenes with Oliver fighting Prometheus in and out of the office, which is kind of a joke, but yeah, it's actually kind of like, because it's like a work office kind of like angry thing, yeah. So basically, we get to see him talking to Prometheus in a scene that we obviously saw in the last episode, where Oliver's like, yeah, you won, thinking that torturing Oliver and reminding him of his past really was the whole goal, which is obviously, as we know as the viewers, not. But Oliver thinks it's over, and Prometheus is like, Adrian Chase is like, yeah, it's kind of not. So we get to see a couple of recap of a couple scenes. And before you jump into this video and watch it, this is going to be a longer video. Obviously, if you're watching this, you could probably tell the length. And yeah, because I'm going to be talking about scenes for possibly minutes or a couple of like 5 minutes for just like a scene. So let's just jump right more back into it. Obviously, the scenes have been really awesome. Alright, so let's just show, this is like the new footage we're going to be seeing here. So I'll pause it when I think it's like cool. Alright, so the first thing we see is a Felicity being like, Adrian Chase has been in the wind for about a week, which means it's probably been a week. This is probably next episode we're talking about here, where Adrian's been gone for a week, and Oliver says he's been picking us off one by one. So that can mean a couple of things. Maybe one of the team members have been taken down or injured, or it could mean something more along the lines with that he has been picking them off along the whole season, and maybe another character gets played. So let's just jump right back into that. So, guys, the next scene basically shows all of Oliver's team and the people that he really cares for, and it shows them all in like a situation where they're being defeated or they're in a high pressure situation. So obviously there's a strange voice that you probably don't really remember at first glance, but once they reveal the character, it's kind of like crazy. Obviously the character here is Yao Fei. Yao Fei was the person who originally was on the island with Oliver in season 1 and basically helped him survive throughout the first couple of episodes. Went on a huge crazy arc where he wound up working for Fires, who was the main villain in the flashbacks for season 1. And basically, at the end, he died on the island, and he was also revealed later to be Shadow's father. So yeah, he's kind of a really important character for Oliver in the Arrow TV show, where he was the one that was originally wearing the green hood, and he kind of like probably Oliver. I think it was kind of revealed in one of the episodes where he kind of wears that hood to honor Yao Fei and Shadow. So that's one of the reasons. So he's talking about how Oliver knows the risk of doing all this, but this is flashback Oliver. So similar to how it was in season 4 last year, guys, we saw Oliver when he was being tortured by Baron Ryder, the season 4 flashback villain. We saw Shadow appear to Oliver. I think it's going to be very similar to that. So let's jump right back into it. It's awesome to see Yao Fei back. So the next scene, guys, we see the flashbacks on the island. We all knew it was going back to the island. We knew the flashbacks weren't ending in Russia, because obviously the flashbacks are ending this year in this season of Arrow. So we do get to see the post with Slade's mask. I'm not sure if it's revealed how it gets there, and that'd be kind of interesting. But we do see Anatoly walking on the island. So Anatoly's obviously going back with Oliver. So the next thing is we get to see a scene where Oliver talks about how everything's a lie. He kind of talks about that later. But the most important part of the next scene is we get to see Quentin Lance approached by Black Siren. So obviously Quentin Lance does not know that Black Siren is like a thing, and just probably thinks it's Laurel at first. She does look like Laurel. She doesn't have the dark brown hair she had on The Flash. She does look exactly like Laurel. So it's going to be kind of crazy to see what Quentin Lance goes through in the next couple of episodes, especially the last two, because Black Siren is confirmed for those episodes. And we get another kind of like person talking over, and that is Konstantin Kovar, and he's basically talking to Oliver. And Oliver looks like he's in the same spot as season 4 was when he was being tortured by Ryder. It looks like he's in the same spot. Obviously, Kovar was the season 5 villain in the flashbacks. He was mentioned a little bit in season 4, and that's kind of the reason why Oliver went to the Bratva and everything to take down Kovar. Obviously, in episode 17, was usually every season of Arrow has a flashback episode where it's mostly flashbacks, and that was episode 17. I actually did a review on the episode. That's my favorite episode of this season by far. Not by far, but it's one of my favorite episodes of all of Arrow. So in that episode, Oliver has a fight with Kovar. You think he's dead, but he actually comes back thanks to the help of Malcom Merlin. So obviously, I thought Kovar was definitely going to coming back. I think I mentioned that in my video, that he's going to come back in current day, but it looks like he's going to be the flashback villain. Does that mean he'll be defeated in the flashbacks? We have no clue at this point, but it looks like he'll be getting Oliver and torturing him in the season 5 flashbacks on the island, which looks cool. It kind of looks very, like, creative, the way of doing it. Like, he looks really badass in the scene. So, yeah. So we see some action here with Team Arrow, Black Canary. There's this one scene where it looks like Oliver in a mask with a bow, and he looks like he has an accomplice who, it might be, I heard a lot of people saying that's Malcom Merlin, and they're taking down a couple of U.S. Marshal. And why are they doing this? I have no clue. Obviously, it's been confirmed, or people have been saying that his son is coming back, so maybe the U.S. Marshals is protecting his son, or something like that. But they could be breaking somebody out of prison to help them with the battle. That would be really awesome. Obviously, the main people coming back I mentioned are not, like, under, like, U.S. Marshal, like, watch. So, and they're on the island prison. So, obviously, this would be kind of interesting to see what they're doing here. We get to see some T-Spears in action. Cody Rhodes is back. He played Stardust in, like, episode 3. Obviously, he fell into, like, a pit of, like, acid or something like that, and he basically doesn't feel pain. He was defeated at the end of episode 3, but he's coming back now. He was cool, I guess, and we get to see him fighting Wild Dog, who kind of created him, so it's kind of interesting. I think Prometheus will be breaking him out of prison, because it's rumored that Prometheus will break a lot of Oliver's villains out of prison. Does this mean the season 5 villains? Possibly, but it could be a bunch of other season 4 villains, which is interesting too. We get to see Oliver taking down some of Kovar's men on the island, which looks kind of cool. This is probably like one of the last scenes in the flashbacks before we actually get to see Anatoly depart. We get to see Malcom Merlin return here. So, obviously, Malcom Merlin was one of the main villains in the Legion of Doom for this season on Arrow. Obviously, I don't know if he remembers that time there because of what they did when they brought him back to his time. So, obviously, Malcom Merlin has returned here, and he's in the Arrow Cave. But I think Malcom Merlin's actually becoming the warn or help Oliver. It wouldn't really make sense if Malcolm's on the other side, unless Prometheus and Talia al Ghul somehow had leverage against him. Obviously, I don't think Merlin would really ever team up with Al Ghul willingly, so it could be to help Oliver. It looks like he was helping Oliver in the earlier fight scene. So yeah, we do get to see a lot of a couple of quick scenes of Team Arrow members dealing with some issues. It's impossible for me to judge what that can be. So yeah, but it looks kind of cool. We get to see Black Siren lock Quentin Lance up, and this could be to protect him or to get back at him. We have no clue about the relationship on Earth 2. Maybe he was a really bad father and she's getting back at him, or she could have been really close and she's protecting him, because we don't really know what's going to happen. Maybe Prometheus, like, outs Oliver's the Green Arrow or something like that, because it's not really, like, said or anything. We get to see Diggle and Oliver fighting a couple of, it looks like Talia al Ghul's kind of like people that she was training up when Oliver went to the mountains. And it also looks like Diggle and Oliver are going to take something down. And it looks like, let me see. It's hard to reveal, but I want to look into this a second. It's hard to look, but it looks like Oliver's wearing his Green Arrow costume. But I want to look at it one more time. It doesn't look like the Green Arrow costume. But I think it is. He's wearing his green. Oliver's back in his Green Arrow costume. I bet that will be towards the end of this towards the end of the season, because Oliver's kind of hung up the cowl and cape right now. That's just an expression, but yeah. And it looks like when he's helping Malcom Merlin, that he was not wearing his costume. So that could possibly be the finale. So we see Oliver. It looks like maybe like the Arrow Cave gets invaded, or they're in some sort of location. So we're gonna get another Prometheus Arrow kind of like fight. I don't think this is the finale fight, but it's kind of cool to see Adrian Chase confronting Oliver again. He mentions that they were trained by the same people, and then we get a shot of Talia al Ghul, and then right after that we get a shot of Nyssa al Ghul, who claims that they have unfinished business. Most likely they don't like each other. I think is what's gonna happen. Where like I think there's gonna be a big bit of sisterly rivalry, and that could play out throughout the seasons. But it probably won't just be peaceful like sister rivalry fighting. It'll most likely result in a fight between the two. We do get to see Talia like remove one of her swords, meaning that she doesn't trust Nyssa not to attack her, which mostly means that yeah, they don't like each other at all. We get to see a couple of scenes of Felicity looking like she's going undercover, which would be really like consistent to what next episode will be. So in the next scene, we actually get to see Dinah Drake, or the new Black Canary, who has been confirmed for season 6. I'll be doing a video on that, and another character who's been confirmed for season 6. But basically, she looks like she's been like captured and kind of like tortured. And we get to see a scene of Black Siren right after that. Now, most people have been saying that this might just be editing, but the scenery looks really familiar. So could Black Siren be hunting down Black Canary? Because they have the same powers. So we get to see Oliver, another scene of on the island in the flashbacks where Oliver is hugging Anatoly. This is most likely after they take down Kovar and everything, and Oliver's saying his goodbye to Anatoly, because most likely Oliver's just going to be leaving him, Anatoly, and Oliver will be on the island. So it makes sense why they'd be saying their goodbyes. The next scene is Oliver running on the island without his hood. So we get to see a really cool looking scene where Oliver and Prometheus are standing next to each other, and it looks like they're in the rain. Most likely this will be them going on a boat to Lian. Now, I have a cool theory. I don't think this will happen, but wouldn't it be cool if Adrian Chase recreated the Queen's Gambit and actually took them there, and it crashed, and they had to like swim halfway around there? Wouldn't that be freaking awesome? I don't know if they're going to do that, but I really hope they do. We get a couple of couple flashes. We do get to see a couple of scenes on the island. A couple of them Felicity going undercover next episode, but I want to talk about the ones on the island. So we do see Thea there, who has not really been a big presence and really has done nothing this season besides piss Oliver off and do a couple of things with the Susan Williams character. We see none of her character in this trailer, so could she be done, or does she relate to Russia? We have no clue. So we do get to see Artemis on the island, who will be against Oliver and Team Arrow here, and we do get to see Thea, so she will obviously be accompanying him to the island. Could Roy be coming back? We have not seen his character here, but we've not seen all the confirmed characters either. So he could be teaming up with Thea. That'd be awesome if they both had the arsenal and the speedy costume. That would be freaking fantastic. We do get to see the Felicity scene here. Now, will that be permanent? I'm not really sure. It could be like a new thing for season 6, because apparently they might be getting back together, but I don't really want to jump the boat. Honestly, their relationship was like, alright, I didn't really enjoy it, but it wasn't as bad as some people were saying. We do get a couple of scenes with other characters. We do get to see a couple of really cool scenes that I want to like look into more detail, but it looks like Oliver's kind of going Batman Begins with a light torch, which was kind of cool. But we do get to see a scene of Wild Dog and his daughter reunited. They had a couple of episode, I think episode 13, where he talked about what happened between his family and everything. So it looks like he might get to see her again, thanks to Curtis and possibly his boyfriend or like ex or whatever, Paul. We get to see a couple cool shots of Nyssa looking like she's about to go fight Talia, which is cool. I am looking forward to this fight because we really haven't seen Nyssa or her character in a while, and yes, it's going to be interesting to see Al Ghul versus Al Ghul. I've actually uploaded a video about that, so I won't really go into much detail. So next scene, it looks like we get to see Oliver fighting Kovar on the island, but it doesn't look like a peaceful battle. It doesn't look like a peaceful. I'm trying to get like the actual trying to actually freeze it on the frame so I can like talk more about it. So basically, here, I got it here. So it looks like this is going to be the final confrontation between Kovar and Oliver. Obviously, they're both, like, really, it looks like Oliver is, like, really distraught, like, and, like, tired, and obviously Kovar has, like, blood all over his face, so it looks like this could be the final confrontation before the two, before Oliver most likely kills Kovar. So the next scene, we obviously see Felicity holding up some sort of weapon to Oliver. Not really sure what it was, and she doesn't know it's Oliver at first in the Arrow Cave. Could that mean the Arrow Cave could be, like, destroyed, possibly compromised? Because we do get to see her look kind of surprised when she sees Oliver, or kind of surprised that there's a visitor there, or could Oliver disappear for a certain length of time and come back and kind of surprise everybody, kind of like what he did in season 3 when he was gone for the month. We get to see a couple more scenes of Oliver taking down a couple of people with the mask that he's been wearing since he doesn't want to be the Hood, or the Vigilante, or the Green Arrow. We get to see a couple more scenes where Prometheus fighting Green Arrow and Talia fighting Nyssa. None of these scenes really look like they're the main final fights on the island, which I'm so glad they did, because it would kind of suck if we get to see the final fight. I really like how they're saving that, possibly for the trailer or for the episode. And obviously, this trailer ends with Diggle saying Oliver can't do this alone. So yeah, guys, see you later. I'm kidding, guys. Obviously, we have a post-credit kind of scene here, and it's the best part of the scene. It's the best part of the whole of the trailer. It's the best part of season 5, hopefully. So we obviously get cut to the arrow thing, and then we get to see Oliver on the island with a bag full of most likely armor and tools, going down to the prison on Lian Yu, and yeah, we get to cut to a scene where Oliver's holding the Deathstroke mask in his hand, 99.9% sure he's pointing it at Slade Wilson. And we hear Slade say the most iconic line in Arrow, besides "You have failed this city." "Hey kid, I'm glad you came back." So I've obviously talked about how Deathstroke will be returning in the show. Well, I don't know how he's going to return, but my theory about that, and I made a video about that, called Deathstroke Returns, I'm pretty sure. So if you guys want to see more about that, I would go check that out. So overall, guys, this trailer was fantastic. It gets me so hyped for this freaking end of the season. Like, I think we have 5 episodes remaining. We obviously finished up episode 18, so we would have 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 5 episodes left of Arrow. And I hope they can close it out great. Obviously, the past episodes have been fantastic. I'm really excited. Hoping they can end it like with season 2, where at the ending it just got better and better and better and better. So I'm super excited to see all the characters return. The Talia and Nyssa stuff looks really cool. They've shown a lot of scenes. A lot of it was from next episode with Felicity. So I can understand why they're doing it, because they want to tease next episode. But they do want to show a lot of stuff. They showed a lot of island stuff and a lot of flashback stuff. One thing I'm a bit disappointed is that Cobra will be a flashback villain. Obviously, I thought it'd be cool if he could come back in the actual season, like in the present day. But I understand why they think that could be overcrowded, and that's one thing they did in season 4. Too many storylines, so I can understand why they want to keep it more simple, like season 5 is, but keep it really great. So, Cobra on the Island will probably parallel with Prometheus on the Island in the finale, or the episode before that. We also saw a return of a lot of characters like Stardust, and a bunch of other people who are most likely going to come back. We get to see Felicity kind of go rogue from the team in an episode, and we get to see a lot of people on the island and returning characters. So it's been rumored that, obviously, Oliver Sun and Samantha Clayton are supposed to be on the island, so most likely Prometheus will find them and use them as leverage, or Oliver will bring them there for safety and not realize he's being followed by Prometheus. So I'm really excited to see the final fight between Oliver, Diggle, Team Arrow possibly, Deathstroke, and Captain Boomerang, and Nyssa maybe, and Malcom maybe. Just think of how crazy that sounds. Versus, all we know now, probably Nyssa, Talia, her people, her followers or whatever, Prometheus and Artemis, possibly Malcolm Merlin on that side. Malcolm Merlin is kind of 50-50 for me. Nyssa could obviously always change sides and maybe be with her sister. Maybe they resolve their issues, but most likely she'll be on Team Arrow. And we don't know. Maybe Captain Boomerang and Deathstroke will betray the team. It wouldn't be that surprising if they did that, because they're villains. Like, at the end when Deathstroke is talking, he's like, "Hey kid, I'm glad you came back." That could be taken in 2 ways. Most likely he's saying that, like, I'm glad you came back so I can destroy you. Or he could be saying, the Mirror Crew was making me crazy, man, we were brothers, let's just get back into friendship. But Captain Boomerang would always have a hate relationship, because they didn't know each other and just took him down and ruined his whole plan. So, and threw him in a prison where, yeah, it's like the worst prison. So, yeah, he would obviously hate him. So, I don't know if Oliver has leverage or is making a deal with them, or if they're Argus, kind of like what they were doing earlier in season 3 and 2 with the Suicide Squad. I doubt it because of the movie, but you never know. So I'm really excited the way Oliver is panning out. I think Amanda Waller, who's on the show for season 2 and 3, and a little bit of season 4, she might return at the end of the flashbacks and help, like, maybe Oliver. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. But most likely not. So it's going to be interesting to see how the flashbacks go to the island and how Cobra tracks them there. And finally, I'm really just excited to see the end of the season, guys. Season 5 is so good. And the way this trailer makes me feel and look, it could be the best season of Arrow ever. I love season 2, and I think season 1's fantastic. And season 3 is even pretty good. Obviously, we don't really like to talk about how bad. Season 4, is a mix for me. There were some decently good episodes, like the Constantine episode was pretty cool, and there were some good episodes, but for the majority, it was very soap opera-ish and not that great. But I'm really happy Season 5 has stepped it up big time, like Season 1 and 2 originally. Season 3 was kind of like, had that some Season 2 moments, but it had some Season 4 moments. But altogether, we got Season 3, which was decent. So if I had to rank the seasons, 2, 1 is tied with 5 right now. So 2, 5, 1, or 2, 1, 5, 3, 4. So, yeah, so Season 5 of Arrow, Sizzle trailer, reaction, / review, / breakdown. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave it a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.